welcome. You're watching Your Money Matters. I am Mahima Vajrajani. Today, we are diving into a topic that sits at the intersection of health and wealth, health insurance and personal finance. Whether you are a student just starting out, a working professional, or planning for retirement, understanding how health insurance fits in your financial life is more important than ever. With rising medical costs and ever-evolving insurance landscape, making informed choices can mean the difference between financial stability and unexpected hardship. In this conversation, we'll explore how health insurance impacts our wallets, the smart strategies for choosing the right plan, and common pitfalls to avoid. And to take this conversation ahead, we're joined by Nikhil Jha, co-founder of Hercules Insurance Advisors, joining us now. Nikhil, welcome to NDTV Profit. My first question to you would be that in terms of going ahead and buying out a health insurance, what are the key components that one needs to watch out for, and of course the key factors that one needs to keep in mind before buying a health insurance?
Yeah. So health insurance something that everyone should look onto it. You have highly addresses that one of the major part that every student, every working professional, every retired should have a health insurance policy. So totally, we have made a top 10 things to be considered while buying a health insurance policy. First one will be no room rent restrictions. In all of your health insurance policy, if there is a room rent restrictions, your policy is a big red flag for you. So first point will be no room rent restrictions. So you can choose any room you want while hospitalization because there are a number of room categories available in the hospital like single, private, deluxe, super deluxe. So all the room categories should be covered in your health insurance policy. Second benefit will be no co-payment. Co-payment, what is mean by co-payment? Co-payment is a part payment between you and the insurer company. Okay, so let's take an example. If my policy is holding a 20% co-payment, what does it mean? So tomorrow my hospital bill comes to 10 lakh rupees. Out of 10 lakh, 20% means 2 lakh rupees I have to pay from my pocket. Remaining 8 lakh will be settled by company. So this thing should be avoided in your policy. Run away from the policy that have co-payment. So I don't advise anybody to go with a policy where co-payment is there. So second point is co-payment. Third one will be no sublimits. What is mean by sublimits? Sublimits means there is particular restrictions or particular amount fixed for the particular disease. Like for cataract, we can claim up to 30,000. For kidney stone, we can claim up to 50,000 or whatever. So this type of limitation should not be there. For a single or for a multiple disease, your policy should cover up to the sum insured. That is the third point. So fourth point is restoration. What do you mean by restoration? Restoration means your sum insured is once you finish your sum insured means once you have utilized your sum insured, again because of restoration your sum insured will be doubled every year like a unlimited buffet system. So that is also very much required in a today's comprehensive policy. Fifth one will be pre and post hospitalization should be also covered. What do you mean by pre and post hospitalization? Pre and post means once you get hospitalized, there are particular tests that you have done before getting hospitalized, right? That comes under pre-hospitalization. What do you mean by post-hospitalization? There are certain tests, doctor visit, physiotherapy and all that stuff that after discharge, doctor will ask you कि for next 10-15 days you have to visit to us and take this particular test and all. So that all comes under pre and post-hospitalization. So your policy should also cover this. Sixth one will be consumable cover. What do you mean by consumable cover? There are certain items that are not covered in any health insurance policies like gloves, cotton, mask, syringe, then PPE kit, nursing charges, administration charges, etc. So because of this rider, your everything will be covered. So I always advise if your policy doesn't have this rider, add this rider as soon as possible. Seventh one will be daycare procedure. All the daycare procedures should be covered in your policy. Okay. So what do you mean by daycare procedure? There are certain procedures that doesn't require 24 hours of hospitalization. That require only 2 or 3 hours of hospitalization and it will be recovered fully. Because of modern use of technologies like cataract, kidney stone and all that surgery doesn't require 24 hours of hospitalization or more. It only required because of laser treatment, it can only be done within 2 or 3 hours. So that all should be also covered. Eighth one will be lifelong renewability. What do you mean by lifelong renewability? Once you have taken a policy, it should not be valid only till you complete the age of 65 or 70 and whatever so. It should be valid till the time you are renewing the policy. That is meant by lifelong renewability. Tenth and last will be all the Ayush treatment, Ayurvedic treatment should be also covered in your policy because it is an alternative treatment. Nowadays, it is most commonly practiced in all over Indian states. So it is also required, very much required to get for a better comprehensive policy benefits. So these are the top
Comprehensive.
10 things you should consider while buying a health insurance policy.
Right, Nikhil. That's quite a comprehensive answer to consider that one needs to consider before buying a medical insurance policy. My next question to you is: what are the factors that one need to consider, while planning buying a health insurance policy from a financial angle perspective? Because one needs to understand as to how much of a percentage of their income should go into payment of that medical insurance premium. What should one consider while planning that financially?
So first of all, I will clear this question into two parts. First one should be what is the adequate cover we are looking at. Being an health insurance expert, I always advise ki minimum you should have a 10 lakh policy, and adequate cover that I personally looking at will be 25 lakhs. That is the adequate cover that I'm looking at. Okay, so your policy should have minimum 10 to 25 lakh coverage. Regarding the premium bifurcation, will always advise if your financials allows you to go for a 25 lakh cover. If it doesn't, then go for a 10 plus 90 lakh super top up, and you can make a comprehensive cover also. So minimum your annual incomes 10%, 10 to 15% should be your health insurance premium amount.
Okay, and what do you think are the common mistakes that generally people make while buying a health insurance policy? Just to give a perspective to the viewers so that they don't commit those mistakes.
Exactly. So first common mistake that I have seen, that they hide many of the pre-existing disease or any surgery ever happened past 10, 15 years or whatever. So they hide mainly this type of disease, and at later stage when they claim, they get to know that their entire claim has been cancelled and it has been rejected. Even the policy has been rejected. So one should always avoid this type of mistake. So their claim will went very smoothly. First mistake is disclosing of all the disease properly. Second, will advise everybody to go for a financial advisor to buy a health insurance policy. Don't buy via any aggregators who doesn't know about health insurance. So he or she might help you during any type of claims and all. So these are the two main reasons why claims got rejected and all.
Okay, got your point. And in terms of evaluating the health insurance policy, whether the premium that you're paying is worth it or not, how does one evaluate that?
So if your sum insured is 10 to 25 lakhs, let's take an example. If your sum insured is 10 to 25 and you are paying near about 30% of your sum insured, means for a 25 lakh policy, if you are paying 50,000 as a premium, that is very good. For a 10 lakh policy, if you are paying more than 1 or 2 lakh, will definitely advise you not to go with that plan, or port this policy out, or you can increase the cover.
Okay, understood. Nikhil, understood that point. Just want to also get a sense that generally people who are employed also have a health insurance policy from their employer. But from what I understand is that health insurance policy is not enough for you to cover your medical expenses when it comes to emergency situations. What would your advice be to our viewers in that case?
So in most of the corporate, where you are working in a corporate, so they are having a total coverage of 8 to 10 lakhs, 5 to 10 lakhs basically. So that cover have a co-payment of 20%. That is the first criteria that I always advise, ki not to stick to the same policy, because and you will be end up paying 20% from your pocket. That is the first point. Second, there is no guarantee for how much time you are going to stick to the same policy, the same company. Okay, so once you develop any type of disease, no company is going to give you a policy. So better when you are young, you are fit, take a health insurance policy as soon as possible, and never depend upon the corporate policy, because there is no guarantee that you are going to stick to the same company for next 10, 15 years and whatever so. So never depend upon that, and take a retail policy as soon as possible, because that guarantees your lifelong renewability will be there in that policy.
Understood. And in terms of your thoughts on the rise of digital health insurance platforms and app, how do you suggest to go about that? Does one go the conventional way as to go to the agent, buy the insurance policy, or can one go to one of these apps or digital platforms? If yes, which one of these do you think are safe enough?
So, according to me, according to the past experience of mine into the health insurance industry, health insurance is very complex. Even today also, I learn very new thing about the health insurance part. So I never advise anybody to go for an online platform where you end up calling a customer care executive back to backs, and you will explain the same thing again and again once the call get disconnected. Better take a expert advice or an advisor. That old traditional way will be worked over here, because of the too many complex things that are working right now. in near future, I will definitely ask that it is going to be on smoother side where all the hospitals will be on cashless side, and government will also take a part onto the health insurance industry. But till then, we'll always advise to go for a advisor who can help you during any type of claims and services.
Okay, Nikhil, for somebody, let's say at the age of 21 or 22 right now, has just joined a new job and wants to go ahead and buy a health insurance and start early, what would your advice to that person be?
So once you have started earning, first thing that you should take will be your health insurance policy. Minimum take a 10 lakh policy. Judge the policy between judge the premium between 10 to 25, and you can take a good comprehensive policy at a minimum 15 to 17,000 as a 25 lakh policy. So once you are started earning, once you have started a financial planning and all, you should always consider first priority as a health insurance, because you are saving a corpus, or you are building a saving for a particular thing to buy. And once you have got hospitalized, entire saving will be vanished. So it is always advisable to go for a health insurance policy once you start earning. Once you are student, uh, save some money out and take a health insurance policy as it is.
Okay, in terms of health insurance policies, what kind of restoration benefits are there, and which health insurance policies actually have them, and how is it different in terms of costing?
Yeah. So restoration, what is mean by restoration benefit? Like I earlier told you, it is one of the most important factor while consider our health insurance policy. So what is mean by restoration? Restoration means your sum insured is, once you have utilized your sum insured within a policy period. Let's take an example. Let's simplify it. We are currently in the month of June. So this, let's take an example. We have taken a 10 lakh policy in the month of June. So this policy will be valid till next June, right? So we have taken a 10 lakh policy. We have taken a 8 lakh claim in the month of August. So logically, from August till next June, you are only left with 2 lakh rupees, right? But because of restoration, if you again get hospitalized in the month of December, you will again get 10 lakhs more with no extra premium, nothing. So that is mean by restoration benefit. So within a policy period, every time you get hospitalized, you are eligible for 10 lakhs each time. That is the power of restoration benefit. And while buying a health insurance policy, you should always check your restoration benefits cover same person, same illness or not. So what is mean by same person, same illness? Let's take an example. I have hospitalized in the month of August, and in the month of August, I have been hospitalized for heart attack. Again, in the month of December, if I get hospitalized for a heart attack, it should cover that. That is mean by same person, same illness cover. So one should always consider this restoration benefit as a major role, because of while taking any type of claims for cancer or chemotherapy, or what we say dialysis, their hospitalization required in every multiple of 10 or 20 days. So for that reason, we'll always advise to go for a restoration benefit. Regarding premium factor, so most of the comprehensive policy has an inbuilt feature of this restoration benefit. Some policies have it as a rider. In HDFC Ergo Optima Secure, it has a rider, but this premium will cost you only 0.5% of your premium. So let's take an example. Today my premium is 10,000 rupees. 0.5% is near about 500 rupees, 50 rupees. So that is only the cost of restoration.
Got it. Got it. Well, Nikhil, thank you so much, for giving us all those insights. I'm sure our viewers now know which health insurance policy and to pick, and of course, what factors to watch out for. So thank you so much for taking out the time and speaking with us at NDTV Profit.
Yeah.